Hello again, Jeff.
Hello again, Jim. Still haven't decorated the house since last time I talked to you?
No. I got the dishwasher installed though.
Oh, well, there you go. You've had a successful day already. Jim, do you have Aaron Grable?
No.
All right. I'm doing it for Leanna, and I wasn't sure which prosecutor had it.
Yeah, that one's not mine. At least not that I know of.
Well, it's a final pretrial. It may not be.
Good afternoon, Mr. Mena and Mr. Bowditch. How are you?
Good. How are
Fine,
you?
Marianne.
Hey, Jeff, I do love you, but Mr. Mena, we are in love with you here in courtroom number 1. You know why?
No, why?
That jury trial.
Yeah, I figured that was going to make Judge happy.
Oh, she was doing her little happy dance here. Oh yeah. Thank you.
I'm sure she was. So, yeah, I'm like, oh, as soon as I talk to the officer on that, I'm like, oh, I can't wait to send this one in.
Yeah. The gentleman that looks like he's in a car with the, yes. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Oh, good. What is your name, please?
Joseph Lewis.
Thank you. And you have Mr. Mays as your attorney, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. The person who has Aristo 4, can you hear me?
Yes,
Hi, what is your name, please?
Amanda Palmer.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, I don't know how to get my name on there. Oh, it shows on my thing.
Hi, Jordan, can you hear me? You're muted.
There we go. Is that better?
Yep, I can hear you. Thank you.
Okay. Yep.
What case are you here for today?
It was the give me a second. It was the or it was a criminal case from last November. I don't remember exactly off the top of my head the case number or anything like that.
That's okay. Is it under your name? Are you the defendant?
It was under the people of Van Buren County, I think.
Versus, what's the defendant's name? Is that you?
No. The other person, I never got his full name. I know it's on the subpoena.
Do you know what kind of case it was?
It was a criminal case. Give me just a second here.
If you have a case number, or if you know, like, was it an assault and
Yeah.
battery? or-
Yeah, it was assault and battery. Give me just a second.
And it was does the last name Grable sound familiar?
Yeah, that's what's on the subpoena.
Okay, all right. And you're the victim?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Mary Ann,
Yes.
on Aaron Grable, I am sitting in for Miss Belcher, who had a family emergency.
Uh-oh, okay.
So I suppose I would need to speak with Mr. Grable if he shows up. I take it, I didn't get a lot of information, but I take it it's a Van Buren case, so probably Miss Manarino.
Okay, yeah, Miss Hamill is here. I can put you in a breakout room with her if you want.
With who?
Did you want to speak to the victim, or just you're waiting for the defendant?
Oh, I think it'd be more appropriate.
Yeah,
if
I think so
spoke to
too.
the defendant.
Okay, thank you. He's not here
Even
yet.
though she seems like a lovely lady, but I'll talk to the defendant first.
Okay, thank you.
Excuse me, my name is Amanda Palmer, and I also think that I needed to speak to Jeffrey Bowditch. I have the wrong attorney name on my court paper that I'd received in the mail. We just never got each other's. Go ahead.
Miss Palmer, I'm your lawyer.
Yes, the judge had asked you to take over my case when Mr. Bitar dropped me from his, but they were in such a hurry that they never gave the phone number out or the case number. And when I received the letter in the mail, it had still says Bitar on it.
I'm sure we can make those arrangements when Judge Martins arrives.
Okay, perfect.
Uh,
I tried to
and
get your
then-
phone number a couple of times. We spoke the last court date, you and I did, but it was very quick and they didn't give you had asked for my phone number and my case number, but the judge was busy and said that you'd have to get it.
Ma'am, in a few moments, you and I will have the ability to speak privately and we can exchange numbers at that time.
Perfect. Thank you.
What is your name again, ma'am?
Amanda Palmer.
All right, thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
Good afternoon, all.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Good afternoon.
No.
Thursday, November 18, 2021. This is courtroom number 1. We have a few final pretrials scheduled this afternoon. These are cases where jury trials had been requested previously. This court had suspended in-person jury trials due to COVID-19 gathering restrictions. We are now resuming jury trials, and before we schedule them, wanted to just get everyone back in, have a conversation about the status of the case. If you're able to resolve it this afternoon, great. If you want to proceed to jury trial, we'll get that scheduled this afternoon. Mary Ann, who was here first, or who is ready to go?
Looks like Mr. Lewis and Mr. Bitar or Mr. Mays are here with the officer.
Well, yes, but we don't have the prosecutor. She's down in Judge Green's courtrum doing a trial right
She's
now.
here now. She
Here.
just finished her trial.
Oh,
She's here.
She's here.
This is 200514 20VB00926. These are Van Buren Township versus Joseph Lewis. May I have your appearances, please?
Angela Manarino on behalf of the people.
and William Mays on behalf of Mr. Lewis.
Mr. Lewis, state your name for the record, please, sir.
Joseph Lewis.
Thank you. Before we go any further, just want to make the parties aware, disclose on the record that I am married to an elected official in Van Buren Township. He is not involved in the day-to-day operations of the Van Buren Township Public Safety Department, but inasmuch as this is the first time the parties are seeing me on this matter, I wanted to disclose that before we proceeded any further. Ms. Manarino, have you had the opportunity to speak to Mr. Mays about this matter?
No, Your Honor, when he called me a few minutes ago, I was in Judge Green's courtroom, so I haven't spoken with him.
Would it be helpful for the parties to go into a breakout room?
Yes, Your
Can't
Honor.
hurt.
Mary Ann, if you would be so kind, please.
Thank
Mr.
you.
Gisdala, you're going to say something?
I just wanted, Judge, before Ms. Manarino left, there was a Samuel Stevens that was set for a final pretrial. I know the court reached out to me. I just wanted to make sure that we all understood that the matter was adjourned from today and it's not today.
Ms. Manarino, it looks like you weren't aware of that. This court received communication from Mr. Stevens' father that he was physically unavailable for court and would be, she left. Mr. Gisdala, that was all that you had with us.
No, I'm standing in for Ms. Belcher on a matter today, Your Honor. So I will we
Okay.
can put it on the record when she comes back.
Thank you.
Sammer?
Mr. Bowditch, did you need to speak to Ms. Palmer?
Yes, ma'am. But Sammer, a quick question. With Miss Belcher, what case are you sitting in on?
I was asked for Ms. Grable. Was that something? Did she contact you too? For Ms.
Yeah, she
Grable?
contacted me also.
Okay, then you know what? I'll just wait for her to come back. We'll put the Stevens matter on and you can handle Grable, Mr. Bowditch.
Okay. Ready.
Mr. Mena, I don't remember how you wound up on this odd docket with us. There's a note in the file that this was an unusual date for you, but I do appreciate your logging on.
No problem at all, Judge. I was just happy to get rid of that other one for December. But I was hoping that Officer Alvarado would be on here in the hopes of trying to get this one resolved today, but I don't see him. And they had it weird too, also as a formal hearing on a misdemeanor, which kind of threw Mr. Bowditch and myself for a short loop, but we think it was just entered in wrong.
It was entered wrong. It says FH, which it should not be. But as long as we're all on the same page of what it's supposed to be.
Yeah, I see that. That was my mistake. I'm sorry.
No worries.
Well, not a problem. I was just it threw us for a short loop.
Oh, you are not Mr. Silkowski. I was wondering what he would possibly be doing here. Officer Garcia, who is that with you, sir?
Good afternoon, Judge. How are you?
Wonderful, sir. How are you?
Good. This is Sergeant Alvarado. He was instructed by one of his court officers to attend the courthouse, and the subpoena does say Zoom on it, so he will be here for 1 o'clock.
He is here. Attorney Mena just mentioned his name out loud. They might need to speak.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, if you could put us in a breakout room, that would be great.
Marianne will do that.
Thank you,
Mr.
guys.
Bryant,
Mena's gonna talk to you.
good afternoon.
How are you, Judge?
I am wonderful. How have you been?
I've been great. So good to see you.
Good to see you. Which you're here for?
Heather Fulater.
I have not seen her yet. Her attorney is here and the prosecutor is here. I see you're downstairs in our lobby.
I am. I didn't know
Okay.
it was only on Zoom.
I'm not sure if the prosecutor would like to speak to you at some point. She is in a breakout room, but if she needs you, we might have you step into, there's a court Zoom room behind you. There's someone in there right now, or if you talk to her from your phone or whatever device you're on from somewhere else, just so you might be able to speak privately with her. I'm not sure she'll need it, but I'm just saying it out loud.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Was that sufficient time in the breakout room?
Yes, Your Honor, it was.
Yes, Your Honor.
For Mr. Lewis, how are we proceeding this afternoon?
Judge, if we set this matter out for a trial, say in March, we might have a resolution.
I do not have a March date as of yet. Ms. Manarino, is a March date something that you and Mr. Mays discussed and had agreed upon?
Yes, Your Honor, if it's agreeable with the court, I think it would help potentially resolve things.
In as much as you'd like to go that far out, I'd like to schedule a adjourned final pretrial then with a plea cutoff date. I don't want to order jury for March if the parties are likely to resolve it. If you were to come back on January 28th, or Ms. Manarino, would it be better for you to put you on a Thursday misdemeanor date?
Either way is fine with me, Judge. I don't know.
Okay. If I have you come back, let's call this adjourned final pretrial on January 28th, 2022 at this same time, 1 p.m. And I'll make a note that we'll look at a March jury trial date. When you come back on January 28th, if you do not have a resolution, we will have a March date available for you and get everything scheduled then. Is that reasonable, Ms. Manarino?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes.
Reasonable, Mr. Mays?
Yes.
Anything else this afternoon, sir?
No, thank you very much.
Thank you. Have a good day. Good luck to you, Mr. Lewis. We'll see you back in January.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you. Ms. Manarino, before you left, we were talking about 19V008190 OI 194636OM 195193OM Van Buren Township versus Samuel Stevens. This court had received communication from Mr. Stevens' father that he was unavailable for court today and would likely be unavailable for a period of time. For that reason, we adjourned this afternoon's hearing, and although I directed Marianne to notify Mr. Jadala, I did not indicate to her to notify you. I knew you had some other things. We did set a new date. I just don't remember it off the top of my head.
That would be February 3rd, Your Honor, from what I understand from the notes that I took.
Thank you, Mr. Jadala.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Anything else, Mr. Jadala?
Nothing further, Your Honor. May you and your staff have a wonderful day. Angela, Jeff is going to be handling that matter for Ms. Belcher.
Okay, perfect. Thanks, Sam.
Absolutely.
And the loss prevention officer for the Fulater matter is here too. He's physically here in the courthouse, but he's on Zoom.
Okay.
Okay. And I thought I saw Mr. Bowditch come back. Is anybody else here? No.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Joe.
Oh, you're welcome, Judge. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Ms. Palmer.
Good afternoon.
Mr. Mena, Ms. Sanders is here.
Correct. Mr. Bowditch is representing her. I was just talking to him about that case in a breakout room.
This is 21WM01017OM. This is Wayne County Airport versus Kiana Sanders. May I have your appearances, please?
For the record, Your Honor, James Mena appearing on behalf of the airport.
Your Honor, for the record, Jeffrey Bowditch appearing on behalf of and with Ms. Sanders. Your Honor, could I go into a breakout room with Ms. Sanders?
Ms. Sanders, state your name, please, ma'am.
Yana Sanders.
Thank you. Marianne, I'll move you into a breakout room, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor. And Ms. Palmer, I'll be back with you in a minute.
Okay, thank you.
Ms. Sanders, please join Mr. Bowditch in the breakout.
Mary Ann, did Mr. Grable check in with the court?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Mr. Grable didn't check in, but Ms. Hamill is here. I'm sorry, Jordan Hamill is here. Have you spoken?
Yes, I spoke with her.
Or do you need to?
No, not right now. We'll wait until Mr. Grable checks in. I think we're all set for now. I was just asking because I know Ms. Hamill has to work at 2 o'clock. And so she was just concerned about the pretrial and getting to work on time.
I would say actually that's
Understood.
changed for me. I'm not in any rush. I don't actually have to work today. They're
Oh.
doing inventory at work, so they changed my work schedule. So I'm
Okay, then
fine.
never mind, Judge. I was wrong. And we're not on a time crunch.
Was that sufficient time on the Sanders matter?
Yes, Your Honor, we're ready.
As soon as Ms. Sanders reappears.
Could I have that case number, Your Honor?
It is 21-WM-01017-OM.
Thank you, ma'am.
And we're back
we
on the
do have-
record in the matter of Airport versus Sanders. The parties have now been in the breakout room. How are we proceeding this afternoon?
Your Honor, after discussions with, fruitful discussions with Mr. Mena, we have reached a plea agreement in which Ms. Sanders would be pleading guilty to an added count, pleading responsible to an added count of double parking with an agreed upon fee subject to court approval of $300, with the understanding the original charges would be dismissed.
Ms. Sanders, were you able to hear Mr. Bowditch just now?
Yes.
You understand that if the court accepts your plea of responsible to the added count of double parking this afternoon, you won't have a trial of any kind in this matter?
Yes.
You won't have the opportunity to present witnesses on your own behalf or see and cross-examine witnesses put forth by the prosecutor.
Yes.
And ma'am, you still wish to plead responsible to the added count of double parking in this matter?
Yes.
And you're doing so freely and voluntarily? You haven't been threatened in any way, promised anything?
No.
Ma'am, is it true that on May 11, 2021 at Wayne County Airport located in the city of Romulus, you were double parked contrary to law?
Yes.
Satisfied, Mr. Mena?
I'm satisfied, Your Honor.
Satisfied, Mr. Bowditch?
Satisfied, Your Honor.
Ms. Sanders, the court accepts your plea of responsible to the added count of double parking. The original count of failing to obey police officer is now dismissed. The court will assess the fine of $300 in this matter, ma'am. Do you need more than 30 days to pay this amount?
More than 30, no.
Okay, ma'am, within 30 days, please either go online and pay it. You can bring it to the courthouse or you can mail it into the court. Anything else in this matter, Mr. Mena?
No, Your Honor.
Anything else, Mr. Bowditch?
Nothing, Your Honor.
Ms. Sanders, thank you for joining us this afternoon. Good luck to you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Mr. Bowditch, did you
Could
need to
I go-
speak to Ms. Palmer?
Yes, Your Honor, if I could join that breakout room once again.
Absolutely.
Good seeing you, Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Mena.
Thank you, Mr. Mena.
Mary Ann, remind me that we'll talk about that March date, possible jury date. I know that we have some time constraints, so. Was that sufficient time with Ms. Palmer, Mr. Bowditch?
Yes, Your Honor, it was.
This is 2002980M Van Buren Township versus Amanda Mary Palmer. Appearances, please.
Angela Manarino on behalf of the people.
Your Honor, for the record, Jeffrey Bowditch appearing on behalf of and with Ms. Palmer. Your Honor, I apologize. Could I get that case number again?
It is 2002980M. Ms. Palmer,
thank you,
please
ma'am.
state your name for the record.
Amanda Palmer.
Thank you. Today is the day and time set for the final pretrial in this matter. How are we proceeding this afternoon, Ms. Manarino?
Your Honor, I'm not sure Ms. Manarino knows this.
She does
but,
not.
Oh, no, go ahead, Angela.
No, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Go ahead.
I know Ms. Palmer still is requesting a jury trial. I don't know if Ms. Manarino had any other thoughts.
No, I don't think there was any sort of play offer on this.
If there is no additional conversation to be had and Ms. Palmer wishes to have the jury trial, that jury trial will be scheduled for January 3rd, 2022 at 9:00 a.m. This court has 2 other jury trials scheduled for that day at that time. There will be a plea cutoff date in this case for December 20th, 2021. Ms. Manarino, how many witnesses do you anticipate?
I believe I'll have 2 witnesses, Your Honor.
Mr. Bowditch, how many witnesses do you anticipate?
2 witnesses, Your Honor.
Would it be beneficial to the parties at all to have you back one last time, or is it sufficient to have the plea cutoff of December 20th, Ms. Manarino?
Your Honor, I think the plea cutoff date is sufficient.
Okay. We will see you here on January 3rd, 2022 at 9 a.m. in person. Prepare for jury trial unless the court receives stipulated settlement of some kind before that time. Anything else in this matter, Ms. Manarino?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Thank you, Your
Anything
Honor.
else, Mr.? Thank you. Ms. Palmer, good luck to you, ma'am. We'll see you here on January 3rd.
Thank you. Have a great day.
You too, ma'am. It is now 1:29 p.m. by this court's clock. These matters were all scheduled at 1 o'clock. In the matter of 1843730M, Van Buren Township versus Heather Fulayer, this court does not see anyone by that name in the court's virtual courtroom, in the court's physical courtroom, or in the court's virtual waiting room. May I have your appearances, please?
Angela Manarino on behalf of the people.
Your Honor, for the record, Jeffrey Bowditch appearing, but unfortunately not on behalf of the defendant. I have no excuse for her absence, Your Honor.
Ms. Manarino, based on the defendant's failure to appear this afternoon, how do you wish to proceed?
Your Honor, we would ask that the court enter a bench warrant in this matter.
Bench warrant will issue in this matter. 5,010%. Anything else in this matter, Ms. Manarino?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Anything else, Mr. Bowditch?
No, Your Honor.
Thank you. Mr. Bryant, thank you for coming in on this matter this afternoon. Have a good day, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Bryant. We'll be in touch when we get a new date.
Thank you.
Thanks.
This is 20VB05777 A and B, Van Buren Township versus Aaron Grable. This matter was scheduled for 1 p.m. Final pretrial before a jury trial was scheduled. It is now 1:31 p.m. by the court's clock. There is no one by the name of Aaron Grable in the court's actual courtroom, the court's virtual courtroom, or in the Zoom room of this court. May I have your appearances, please?
Angela Manarino on behalf of the people.
Your Honor, for the record, Jeffrey Bowditch appearing on behalf of, and unfortunately not with Mr. Grable, in place of Ms. Belcher, who had a family emergency. Your Honor, the defense has no knowledge of why Mr. Grable did not appear.
Ms. Manarino, based on the defendant's failure to appear, how do you wish to proceed this afternoon?
Your Honor, the people would request a bench warrant.
Based on the defendant's failure to appear for this duly scheduled hearing, this court will issue a bench warrant 5,000, 10%. Anything else in this matter, Ms. Manarino?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Anything else, Mr. Bowditch?
Nothing, Your Honor.
Ms. Hamel, thank you for joining us this afternoon. Have a great day.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thanks,
Marion,
Jordan.
I
I'll be
believe
working
that
on a new date.
concludes our docket.
Well, that went much more smoothly than I was expecting.
What were you
How'd your
expecting?
trial go?